Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Starward Bound. As yes, Erskine, it begins once again. I'm Pruitt of WebDM. I will be the DM this evening, as always. And before we get started here, let's go ahead and just get the sponsors out of the way. Tabletop Loot is our sponsor of choice, as always. They love us, we love them. Use that code WebDM15. Get 15% off all dice, mugs, and shirts. You'll love it. Get some dice. Who doesn't want more dice? So there's our sponsors. If you got that Amazon Prime sub, burning a hole in your pocket, send it our way. If you don't already follow us, you should be doing that anyway. Why not? Come on over. It's fun. We have cookies. At least after the show, I have to bake them. Anyway. But let's go around to cast and crew, and then we'll do a little bit of a recap and get back into the action. We'll start out with where we left off last episode with Greg as Elry. How's it going tonight, Greg?
I'm doing well. I'm in a little over my head. We were talking about it briefly before we went in. I'm Elry, my arcane trickster, my Lightfoot halfling, may have taken a bite and possibly can't chew it. As he is alone, which is a great thing in D&D, he's in a room with a possibly hidden and semi-exploded mind flare, while a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid type of situation with a bunch of pirate fucking ears. It's something you want to watch. Until then, we're going to lift off, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Anyway, next up, we have Trey.
Like, how do I even follow that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you need to be. I can't think of a funny pun for that.
Oh my gosh. Hey, yo, what is up? It's the Super Bowl again. That's how I feel. I'm all excited and ready to go. You know me already. The cool. The half-elf Kinsey Monk. Sure smoke a lot. The man with the swords and the blades. Sits around butt naked with his tallywhacker swinging in the wind. It's your boy, and we are ready to get this thing going. Like you said, with the Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, whole everybody surrounded, it's going to be some madness, man. Let's roll.
All right. Yes. Truly. Never mind. Kiana, how's it going?
It's good. You guys killed me, and we haven't started yet.
Okay, so for Starward Bound Bingo, you can go ahead and mark off Kiana died. Those are, of course, in the corners, so it needs to happen 3 more times to get the corners. But
yeah. No, I am super excited to be back playing this awesome game as E44, your favorite murder robot. Things have been weird. I'm not even sure what's happening anymore in this battle. I'm just like, okay, he's just gonna go hit the closest thing. That's a good battle plan, right?
Well, I mean, until there are no more things that are close, it's a good plan in the short term, sure. Yes. So now that we've introduced everyone, and sadly, Emma will not be joining us this evening. She is busy taking care of her household because everyone is sick. It's just a shit show. There's baby shit all over the walls. It's in the fan. It's, no, it's not. Anyway, but we will hopefully have her back next week to reprise her role as Hilda. So Hilda, I might have to do another Hilda impersonation. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But to kind of set the stage, last adventure, y'all had traveled via a portal on the back of the celestial giant Aspidocian and traveled to the plane of water. It seems like. And there you surfaced to see a village, a small kind of manufacturing village or something like that. And you're in search of Dakul, who was taken by an unknown force. And you get there and you meet someone who calls himself the Overseer. He is hidden underneath a deep cowl of purple robes. he tosses DeCool out just flippantly and says that you are going to take part in some form of weapons test in which the party is immediately accosted by 3 other robed figures, these in blue robes. They don't speak. They just do hand motions and are very, very adept with telekinetic forces. And the party managed to take out all 3 of them. Elry, through a fit of intense bravery, or who knows what else it could be, went after the overseer and exploded a group of these crystals that y'all had found that you already saw that they have an explosive nature about them, and seemingly have driven off the overseer for now. And he is in the main headquarter building. Meanwhile, the rest of the party, including one of their crew, Cull, the half-ogre, have started moving through the factories themselves, in which, once you dispatch the 3 main enemies, all of a sudden, the fucking ears start popping out from windows and doorways, firing their mage-lock pistols and devices, much like Elry's, and have seemed to were in these buildings surrounding the party, in which they have moved inside to give themselves some cover and are now working their way from the far right factory there you see on the top row, moving left, and they're in the second building from the right now. Elry up on the second floor of the main headquarter building, which is the large building on the right there with the large door. He is up on the second floor looking through a window down at Haskell Harkin and has just sent him a message saying basically, "I'm coming for you, fuckhead." To which Haskell Harkin says, "Well, bring it, short stuff." And we will drop back into initiative order, and it is E404's turn. Y'all are currently inside the second factory from the right. DeCool has found a few of these blue sapphires, kind of discs. They're all about an inch and a half in diameter, flat. Different from the other ones that Elry had found, but it seems like they were mining and milling these sapphires here for some reason. And there are no enemies in this room currently. What do you do? Y'all just came through over basically like a conveyor belt, like a set of rollers. There's 2 sets of this that run horizontal through the room. So you have on the opposite end of the room another 2 doors going into the next factory. There is a door to your left which would lead back out to the courtyard area where y'all were fighting the 3 robed figures, and that's it.
Okay. I know E was the last person in through.
So
I don't have any idea where everyone else is going.
DeCool had popped through, and he's off between the 2 sets of rollers. Looks like he just pocketed some of those blue sapphires. And Cull helped Hilda through, and then barely squeezed through himself, and you followed in through him. So you're all kind of standing right around the little entranceway to this building on the far right. Like I said, it's about 100 feet to the other side of the room. You're about 40 feet away from the front door to this factory that's halfway down the wall on your left. And you hear the sounds. I'll say this. Actually, everybody give me a perception check while you're in this room.
Nat 20.
Okay, you definitely hear the sounds of you would assume fucking ears running past the front door off to your left, right? So like in the courtyard area, it looks like maybe they're moving to the building y'all just left from to maybe flank you. You're not sure, but it seems the case. It sounds like they're running past and they're like, shh, come on. But it definitely fast moving, just like footsteps running by. But you do know that Hilda had said that there were many more at the opposite end of this little factory complex, like basically where the L was. They were fortifying that position. Is kind of what she would have relayed to you before she came in the building.
Probably loud enough that the crew will be able to be like, many targets are available. Elimination process still must be completed. He's going to keep going, and then there's going to be a little bit of a hesitation stall as they just get all the way to the end as their rage starts to wear off.
Okay, so you're just you're going to continue moving through the factory to the heading towards the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then your red eyes dim down a bit.
Yeah, it's starting to dim down a bit, and you kind of the crew would be able to hear. No targets acquired. No targets acquired. No targets acquired.
And then all of y'all in the room hear E kind of cool down a bit as the smoke kind of stops drifting out of the side of their head, that telltale smoke of their rage. And back around to me here. Okay. So Elry, you were up in the window watching, right? So this is what you see. You see those four guys that Haskell was ordering about. They run inside the building that your friends had gone in just moments before. Outside, the Fuccaneers look like they're just staying put. They all have their weapons, and like I said, they're holding these long rifles, but you can tell from here the same kind of brass fittings and everything. They look similar to your pistol, but like I said, just like 3 feet long. But now they're kind of they all swivel towards the looks like the first two buildings on that top row of factories. But they are staying put and just kind of holding their action. You hear Haskell, or you see Haskell, like he's pointing, over here, and he's just like, hold on, hold, and they are holding. In the building, DeCool, as we come around to your turn, you definitely hear people coming in the room that y'all just left. Like it sounds like they just entered the room kind of at the end of their turn. They're coming in that first factory, the one on the far right. And it is your turn.
E404, can you detect how many people are outside?
E is a bit out of a commission.
Yeah, so Daku's going to notice that cooldown definitely has her on pause. The door that's leading out into the courtyard where all the Fuccaneers are getting ready to set up. Is there like a window or a portal or something that I can look out and just get a good idea of how many are behind us? Because I can hear them passing by.
Yeah, there's not really windows. The only windows are like skylights that just kind of let in the natural ambient glow and light up this place. Okay. But you can you do see on the door there is kind of like they basically have like one of those little like windows where you can kind of open it up and look out.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go there and just look out and just see what else is out there. If I heard a bunch of people passing, then I want to see if there's going to be any more passing. Let me just look out and assess the whole situation.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check when you go up to the door.
All right. Ha, 22.
Okay. You pop up and kind of like look out. I mean, it's not a real window, so you can like kind of get close to it and look out. You just see the tail end of a couple of guys going into the factory y'all just left.
Right.
And then you kind of look down the other way, and on the vertical row of buildings, the three, top one, you can see looks like there's two windows on that one. There's a guy in each window, and then there's two guys, one on either side of the door frame. And you can tell that one of them is Haskell Harkin, and it looks like he's like pointing towards the factories that y'all are heading towards, like these two on the left. And you can kind of see him just directing people, but you don't see anybody like trying to get into the building that you are currently in. but it does look like that y'all are about to be flanked. Looks like they're guarding the ones in front, and they're send guys in the ones that y'all just left. So y'all are now in between.
Okay. Okay, and I definitely know all of this. So I'm definitely going to tell the party. I am pretty certain that is Haskell Harkin. I think it's safe to assume we knew that's because of the fucking ears.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Dakota, you were the last to see him before he disappeared. I mean, you will never forget that face, that smug smile.
All right. Then the smart play would be to fortify where we are already standing. So I'm going to look up, and this factory has a second stairs, right? Second row of stairs. With where the lights.
It doesn't have a second floor. It just has a very high ceiling.
Okay.
But there is no second floor. It's probably just has like about a 50-foot ceiling. It's just kind of a larger area.
Okay. And is there another conveyor belt continuing to connect to the next factory?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's just like 2 rows that run horizontally through these factories. It looks like they connect all 4 of them across.
Okay. Then I'm going to take the blue gems that are in my pocket, the sapphire-looking gems, and I'm good because I definitely recognize and familiar with them looking like the same type of gem that's in Elry's gun. So I'm familiar that this is an explosive type of gem, or is that reaching?
Well, no, I mean you fought these people that. You know, whatever their deal was, you fought them, and you saw these are the same size as the gems in the 3 individuals in the weapons test.
Okay.
That you defeated, but it is the same type of gem that is in Elry's gun, but it's just a different shape than the one that's in Elry's gun, right?
Then I'm going to take however many I have in my pocket and go to the door that leads to the courtyard and put a line of it just in front of the door.
Okay. And okay, so you move over there and getting those out. We'll say that that's an action to kind of lay them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you're like laying them out, like if you remember from last time, because you were around a couple of these explosions, you were like flickering. It was just the weirdest thing. Like you were just kind of like flicker in and out of not out of existence, maybe just go invisible. You're not really sure, but you're putting them down, and you start to flicker again. And as you're laying the last gem down, you see it kind of, as you flicker, it illuminates just a bit in the same pulse as you flickering. And so you just notice that.
Okay.
But that is your turn. Hilda moves into the room further, looking around, and Cull is angry because he just like looks back at the door y'all just came through, and you're telling him there's guys that are coming through there, and he's just like, and he just kind of like runs over and starts hitting his head against the wall. And he kind of makes himself bleed a little bit, but he's still frothing angry. Because he doesn't like to be told to sit still. And we're back around to Elry.
Okay. Are there any more of those crystals around?
No, the one in this headquarter building is no, because you shot and they all exploded. And then the other weapon that came in, you blew that one up too. And you don't, from where you are right now, you're on the second floor, kind of going up the stairs going up. You're not to the top of the second floor yet. You're kind of looking out a window. There's another small flight of stairs that go up to another room on the second floor, but there is nothing right now that you see.
Okay. Just to cover it, he's going to run up to the second floor just to see if there's anything up there, like things getting ready for shipment or manufacture, or like the raw stones are being cut or something like that.
You go up to the second floor and you see what looks like it's almost like a cartographer's workshop, or just like an engineer's workshop. There's a couple of like kind of standing drafting desks, and you see like what look like blueprints, but they're not of like a building or anything. They're of a humanoid shape. And it's hard to tell just at a glance, but you see a couple with various points marked on it On one of the walls, there are chains with like manacles, none occupied at the moment. But there is a faint smell of death in the room, very faint, and it's mostly, it looks like a workman's place. It's very Spartan. There's nothing that would tell you, oh, somebody lived here. But it's mostly that. There's a couple of chests on the wall, like down near the wall, but other than that, it like I said, just a couple of drafting desks with like blueprints and stuff.
Ow. Shit. Is there a window here where he can look out even like with a higher vantage point that he had before?
Yeah, but now that you kind of moved up the stairs, you're a little bit further away from it. There's kind of like a mosaic window at the very top, but it's about 10 feet out away from where you are. As this top room kind of ends and looks down into the antechamber where you blew up the gyms. You know what I mean? But above the door, it's kind of like glass, and you can see out with a little bit better vantage, but not much. It's only another 10, 15 feet up.
Can I see one of them? Can I see like Harkin?
Yeah, looking out, you can look out through the glass and you can still see Harkin. He's down there barking orders. You can't hear anything, but he's looks like he's pointing towards those first two factories. The one you actually checked out and came out of, that one, and the one next to it. Looks like he's just kind of like directing his men where to fire.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Okay,
I'm within range, right? So, would this be considered advantage because I'm surprising him from the direction I'm coming from?
I would say yes, because he has no idea where you are. So this is attacking from completely an unknown location. So yes, you can attack with advantage. Sure.
15. So the first one is going to 22 to hit.
Hang on. Yes, that does hit even with his cover. He's okay. Like I said, he's kind of he's got half cover, but you managed to hit him even with that. And so yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
11. Where's my sneaky? I gotta get 46 now, I think. Yep. Whoa, there we go. 8. Whoa, another 11, 19, 30.
30? Nice. So yeah, your bolt streaks out, pierces the glass of the building, and he never you see him pointing, and you catch him in the top shoulder, and you hear him like scream because now the glass is broken, so you can hear out there. The reaction is almost immediate. Looks like they were readying to fire at something, and so a bunch of random shots just start firing at the building that you're in. Of course, you have tons of cover, and they don't know where you are. So there's only one reason why any of them would hit you. So yeah, there's just a bunch of bolts go flying into the building. They pierce that mosaic, and glass just shattering, flying everywhere. Some of it hits you. The glass hits you and everything. But yeah, you can hear Harkin down there just cussing. Just that son of a bitch. And so
I got a bonus action, and I know they're going to be coming now. So he is going to reach into one of the kind of like the open pouches he has on the side of his hip. He pulls it back out, and it's got some type of mixture of coal dust and what looks like shoe polish, and he smears it over his face, and he's going to hide because he knows this is going to turn into a guerrilla warfare here in a second. So do you need a stealth check?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh, that almost helped me out by cocking, but it was an 18.
Okay. So you're up on the second floor of this building. You're hiding. You're hanging in there. Back around to E404.
Yeah, E's gone out of range, so I don't know what that means for you, Pruitt, if you have anything.
You're no, not as of yet. No.
Okay. I feel like I have to check every time now.
No, I mean, you kind of flicker, and I'll say this: you remember fighting recently, like you remember swinging your hammer, right? And you remember something hitting you, but it's all like kind of vague, out of focus images. You don't remember what you were attacking. It's almost like if E44 could have dreams. It's kind of like that, where it's almost like a futile fight but you are fighting something, but you just can't hang on to what it was. It just slips away when you really focus on it. You try to render the files more in focus and at a higher resolution. It's just not there.
Shitty low resolution memories.
That's bullshit. It's like 360 at full screen.
Cool. Cool. Where is Elry?
That is an excellent question. Where the fuck is Elry? Can I do like a perception? Would I be aware enough or astute enough to hear that first sound of Elry's gun going off came from one direction, and then the fire in response came from a different direction?
Give me a perception check.
16.
Yes, you will. I will say that you heard someone from over here scream "fuck" and whatever, and then there was a response. So you know that Elry was off to your left, and these guys are all off to your right, kind of, and so it would stand to reason that Elry probably fired and hit one of them. Yes, okay. you can make that leap.
I am willing to bet that shot came from Elry. There's no one else that could be shooting in that direction. Maybe if we all form together as one unit, we can get through it. We can get through this.
Yes, I do not know how much I trust Elry to stay alive by himself.
I agree. But if there's one thing I can say about Elry, he is a survivor. We have to try and figure out whatever way we can to get to him. I have sprinkled some of these exploding gems. I think they are the same gems that have powered Elry's gun in front of the door, in case somebody comes through the front. We need something to stop the... What's that thing called? The sliding thing where the assembly line goes through? You know what I'm talking about? The
like a conveyor belt?
The conveyor belt, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, yeah. Cole, watch the side of the conveyor belt and make sure nobody comes through.
He's just over there kind of huffing angrily that he doesn't have anyone to punch. Yes. But he seems to be standing over there kind of guarding that entrance, just like...
Okay. I am not quite sure what to do just yet, E404. But the first thing that has come to mind is maybe one of us should run as fast as they can over to Elry, find him, and bring him back. That's a terrible idea. Why would you think that the cool? But yeah, that's what the cool says. Yeah,
that's what the cool says. Okay.
That's what the cool says.
Okay.
He's gonna hold their action. Just as I was saying, because we're still in combat order.
Okay.
Gonna hold their action until something attacks them.
Okay, so y'all just kind of like hunkering down.
Well, that's what they are doing right now.
Yeah.
As they go, I cannot move very fast nor stealthily.
Okay, are you moving to anywhere in the room? You still, because you kind of made a move. You moved like 80 feet, right? Your move's 40?
Mm-hmm.
So you're like almost to the opposite side. So you're just staying there?
Yeah, I'm just staying around there.
Gotcha. All right.
Although we can still have casual talk, right?
Yeah, you can have a little back and forth, sure.
Yes, the cool is going to ask Hilda to grab as many of these gems as she can. Find something to contain them. Grab as many as she can.
All right, cool. I'll get right on it. And Ellery, are you still staying in a place where you can see what's going on in the courtyard, or are you like completely hidden? Just asking for a friend. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, careless. Oh, you are muted, Greg. Greg.
You are muted, sir.
Yeah, something happened. All my lights flickered, so I think that was me. I apologize.
Uh-oh. Okay, cool. So Trey and Kiana, can you turn your cameras off right quick?
Yep.
Then Trey, turn yours on, then Kiana, turn yours back on. Sorry, we just need to correct a little power hiccup here, and there we are. We're back. So, Greg, were you hiding in a place where you could still see the courtyard, or were you just completely hiding?
He was hiding to the point where he was kind of away from the windows, towards the stairwell, like going back down towards that first window he looked out from. So, hopefully he could catch him coming back up, but he wanted to be prepared for them as if they were going to charge into the building.
Gotcha.
That was his number one concern.
Okay, so from the building that y'all moving back down into the factory with the main group, from the building that y'all just come in, you hear a rush of basically troopers, and they run over there and go up to the door and just start firing into the factory that y'all are in. It's kind of wild and random. Cull is standing right there, so he gives y'all a little bit of cover because you told him to guard that. So E404 and DeCool, you both get hit by ranged weapon. And DeCool, I will say that you can still use your deflect missiles against this ranged. It's just you blocking the bolt with your sword.
Yes.
Just because that's fucking cool. But I'll just go ahead and say that you can do that.
Yes. That would be the appropriate action.
E, you're going to take 6 force damage. And DeCool, you would take 5, unless you want to use that deflect missiles.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? The opportunity to deflect some bullets? Absolutely.
Okay. So go ahead and give me your roll for that.
18.
Okay.
Hold on, no, I'm sorry. Hold on, I rolled the wrong thing.
Wait. No, your first roll is to reduce the damage, and if you reduce it to 0, then you can deflect it.
That's what it is. Hold on. It's 1d10. My bad. I rolled the wrong die. Three.
That's you rolled 3 because I think don't you add your dex modifier?
Yes, I do. So that's 8.
Okay. With that, you do deflect all of it. So if you want to spend a key point, you can make an attack and deflect it back at the guy.
I absolutely will spend a key point because I'm about to do some boss ass shit.
Yeah, you can do some Jedi shit here.
Yes. So with that deflection, in the direction that it came from, you say that there are people starting to come in through where Cole is at?
Yeah, they're in the doorway. They're all kind of like leaning in the doorway, just shooting into the room. Okay. So you can attack any of them with this bolt.
Yes. The main guy shooting any one of the 3.
Okay.
17 plus 23.
23 does hit, so go ahead and roll a D8 and add your dex.
8.
Okay. So you deflect this bolt and hit this guy square in the, you hit him in the cheek and he's like, oh, damn it, what the hell? And, he It was not expecting that. You also, you're by the door, so you can hear some yelling from outside, and you hear footsteps running by. And I'll just say that.
Okay.
That's all that y'all can hear. That's all you can hear since you're right by the door. I'm not going to have you don't have to roll a perception check for it, but you can hear some yelling, "Oh, get over there, go!" And there's movement outside. Those guys are hung up there. Hilda begins looking through the room and grabbing some of these sapphires, putting them in pouches and whatever. Cole immediately, it looks like he's trying to grab and pull. So he takes one of these guys and basically pulls him down the conveyor belt, and he just kind of rolls down the rollers about 20 feet, and then he punches the next guy in line. So now there is one of these guys. It's the one that DeCool actually hit. He's kind of on his belly, and he's about 20 feet into the room. So that means he's right near, like right off from DeCool. E, you're not too far away from him. And that's the end of their turns. Back to Elry.
What can my halfling eyes see, Pruitt?
Are you popping out to take a peek, or are you staying, like looking down the stairs?
Yeah, can I perceive that somebody is coming in for me? Have they entered into the...
Give me a perception check.
That's going to be 15.
You think you hear footsteps approaching, like rapid, like running footsteps approaching. You're not sure how many, but you think you can hear that.
Okay. Staying hidden, he wants to go down to the first floor and see if he can't get them to split a bit. He wants to start trying to take them a distance with the pistol. So if the last one to run up, he's going to hold his action and take a shot. If there's like 3 come in, if 2 go upstairs and 1 stays, as soon as he can separate one and keep range distance from the others, he's going to take a shot.
Okay, so if you move downstairs to look out the front door, kind of just peek out, you can see that there are two fucking ears about a move action away from the building. Looks like they're running right towards you. They're holding rifles. They got a pistol in their belt, but they are. It looks like they're looking and like looking up. They have their rifle trained kind of on the second floor where you shot from. But yeah, there are 2 bearing down on you, but they are still about a move action away.
Okay, so then what Elry's going to do is he's going to go, this is full Rambo now. He's going to go down onto the first floor. He's going to hide in shadows, and he's going to, when they come in and head upstairs, he's going to shoot the one that's trailing. Okay. So he's going to, this is...
So you're holding your action?
Yeah.
Okay,
and he's going to hide. He's hiding on the first floor in the hopes that they storm the second.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're holding E404. There's a guy on the conveyor belt about 40 feet away from you, looking very confused and slightly hurt. And the others are still on the opposite side of the factory, and Cole's like, literally it's like a 5x5 window. He pulled one guy through and then punched the next guy. And there's just, you're not really sure how many are out there. It was maybe three or 4 that had come in to that next room. But that's where you are right now.
Oh, okay. So having been like, oh, okay, I don't see people, and I bit my rage again as the termination system goes back online.
All right.
So 40 feet movement, 3 points of fire damage immediately to this guy.
Okay.
And that's a 23.
23 hits. By the way, this guy is technically prone. He is laying down even though he's not on the ground. So,
okay.
So, that's advantage to hit.
Okay, well. So 23 and 21 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay. damage is 11 and 9.
Okay, what does it look like when E just goes up to this prone guy and disassembles him? Like, what does that look like?
Again, as the hammer hand didn't quite go away when Rage went away, and then as soon as they saw this new man, they start walking towards as the heat comes back on to this guy that's just lying there prone. Bring up the hammer and just right into the central core of this now used to be person.
Okay, yeah, you basically collapse this guy's rib cage down to just like a flat pulp, and it's just kind of like a head and some arms connected to like a bloody flat mess. But he immediately stops moving without much more fanfare other than the gore fest that you anyway. DM's turn. Okay, Elry, you are hiding there at the first floor, and sure enough, these two guys come in the room, and they're like kind of checking corners, looking around, but they're like up, and they think they're being up to the second floor, go. And the first one kind of runs right by you as you're kind of at a pillar, like a support pillar by the stairs. And then the second guy is moving around the corner to go up the stairs.
I wait for him to get about 35, 40 feet away, and then I take a shot.
Okay, I mean, like after like 10 feet, the stairs kind of turn to go up to the next. So you could, I mean, it's about 10 feet to the top of to that landing where you were kind of looking out the window.
Okay, then I'll take my shot as soon as I get like the maximum distance between the two of them. Advantage again because this guy.
No, they did not see you when they ran by.
10 and an 18, which helped me out because 10 wasn't going to do it. The 18 is going to be 25.
25?
Yep.
All right. What does this look like, Elry? As you hit the exact amount of hit points you needed to kill this guy.
Oh, that was 25 to hit. I didn't know my...
shit!
Yeah, sorry, man. I mean, yes, that was 20. Yeah, hey, whoa, here we go.
Well,
we did it
go ahead and roll damage. You never know.
It's 9.
Sorry.
No. 9, 8, 17, maybe. Plus 10 is 27.
So, as you get 2 hit points over what you need to kill this guy, what does it look like as he's running by completely unawares?
If I have my druthers, I take him out silently, right through the throat, and he's going up like taking 2 at a time, and he just kind of slumps and lays quietly, sliding back down the steps.
Yeah, to the point running up the stairs. Yeah, he plants his foot to turn to go up, and you just kind of catch him right across the throat. You hear his throat kind of crush as he's like, and it stifles any reaction, and he just kind of leans against the door, the wall, and slumps down. You don't hear any hang on. Yeah, you don't hear any cry of alarm from the lead guy though. It looks like they had to use all their move to get in the building and up the stairs. Now outside in the factory, Cull begins taking point blank shots from the guys across there. He's getting shot a few times, but he's laughing and screaming. And then you, DeCool, might hear like from outside, like, move in the building, just move in, go. You hear that.
Okay. Am I next in the initiative?
And then you are now it is your turn in initiative, sir.
Okay. That sound that I'm hearing, is it coming from the door relatively close to where I laid those stones down?
I mean, it's down a couple of buildings, but they're kind of trying to whisper, but again, sound travels a little bit further here. There's not a lot breaking sound down. So it's just one of those things where you can just kind of hear someone saying like, no, go into the building. But you don't hear anybody outside your door. No.
Okay. I'm going to alert everybody that's by me. I hear sounds coming from the other side. I'm going to look for Hilda. How close is Hilda to me?
She's about 40 feet away. She's in between the two rows of the two like assembly lines. She's kind of moving back and forth between the two, like she's been picking up gems.
Okay. Can I check my med kit to see if there's any like thread that would be used for making stitches and stuff? Would that be in my sewing? Would that be in my med?
Yeah, I mean that would be in your healer's kit. You know that.
Okay. I'm gonna head to. I'm gonna walk briskly over to Hilda and find a stone that's small enough that I think that I can lace the sapphire like gemstone onto my arrowhead. Can I do that?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I would say that you can make do you can use your action to wrap one of these stones around one of your arrowheads. Yes.
Okay, so I was gonna say, how many can I do per to end my action? Just one, or?
I mean, just getting one on there is a feat.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast. So you can get one arrow with a stone on it. Okay.
So if E44 is listening, I don't know. She's raging out of control right now. Direct your rage in that direction, and I'm gonna point towards the area where I heard all of those sounds and whisperings from while I'm lacing up this arrow.
So the direction that y'all were headed initially.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you yell that out to her, or to them, excuse me. Hilda is continuing like, how many of these things you need to cool? I think we're almost got them all.
As many as you can find.
Okay. And she does that. Cole. Yeah. So he takes another one of those guys and kind of pulls him into the room. And he's throwing another punch. So you can still hear a couple of guys on the other side of that doorway, but he pulls another one into the room. It kind of slides down the conveyor belt and like lands, like kind of runs into the previous guy's feet. And so that's the end of that. Elry, it is your turn.
Okay, Elry's going to he's going to leave. Okay. Let me see, where's the if I were to leave the headquarters and run towards the nearest factory entrance, what am I running to?
I mean,
like if I head to the northern, if I come out of where I am and head north into that very first right-hand side building.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that distance covered, that would be about 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Elry runs out of the area. Before he leaves, he picks up the other pistol that the guy had. You said that they had sidearms.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out like Elry the fucking kid as he runs out of the room, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs, "You follow a fucking fool!" As he's running, and I'm going to move action, dash action, and then I'm going to bonus action so I can get into the area and hide. So he just runs by, just making as much of a distraction as he can, and goes into that nearest area.
Okay. When you get into that room, you enter the doorway and you look to your left. There is basically a conveyor belt there, and where it goes into that wall, there's a guy on either side, and you hear a call screaming on the other side of the doorway, and they're like staying back, and like one of them has his rifle and it looks like he's about to shoot point blank, and the other one is like trying to get away, and Cole's like reaching out to you see a hand reaching in trying to grab them, but otherwise their back is to you. Now, as you ran, what's your AC? because there were some people that had basically like readied actions, and some laser blasts go off as you're running across the courtyard area.
It's really good. You don't have to roll. It's
Oh,
awesome.
okay. Well, I got a 19 and a 20. Those are the highest two I got.
Okay, well, I'm going to shield both of those fuckers as they fire at me then. For the first time, I get to use shield. So as he shoots, as he's running, you guys follow a fool, bing, bang, fuck you,
Okay.
and he keeps running, so.
Yeah. You throw your shield up, and it, two ricochets off to the side, and like they hit the ground. Dust flies up in your wake, and you manage to get inside as more blasts go by you, as you make a break like it's fucking Young Guns or something.
If I had a trunk, I would have climbed in it and thrown myself out of it. So.
Oh, god damn it.
So
That's so great.
Right.
So Ellery, you're in the room. You see these two guys over to the left. It looks like they're fighting with Cole. E404. You just finished this one guy, and almost like a buffet, like another guy rolls down the thing and like comes in. And he's like, oh, and like looks up at you as he's like, oh, and it looks like he's about to scramble to try to get up.
Yeah, that's a terrible and very accurate image, as I am going to hit this guy, Pruitt.
Okay.
With a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
It's an all-you-can fucking ear buffet.
An 8 will not, I assume, so.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you did roll with advantage, correct?
Oh, I did? No, I did not roll that one there.
Yeah, because I mean, he is laying down. He is technically prone.
Okay, that's an 18 then.
That's gonna hit. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. First one is 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And 9 points of damage. Oh, and also fire for him and any other one that is within a 10-foot radius of me.
Okay. Technically Hilda is, so she's gonna. Whoa.
Yeah, she's gonna.
And but this guy, you just pound on him twice, and he's like sitting there bleeding, like, but he's like pushing up with one hand, like looks like he's still trying to get up, barely. That is your turn. It is his turn now. And he is going to try to lift himself off of the roller and stand up there. And kind of as he does, he's looking at you. One eye's kind of closed as you like hit him in the face, and they're swelling. And he's going to fire at you point blank. Does a 17 hit you?
A 17 does.
Okay, you're going to take 8 force damage as he just kind of pulls his pistol out and he's like, hell with you, and just kind of shoots you point blank. 2 guys on Cole. Ellery, you see these guys ineffectually, like it's one of them moves over to the other doorway and he's trying to open it, but he can't. It's locked. The other one is like shooting at Cole, but whether he's hitting him, you're not sure, because it's just like there's like an arm just like reaching through the hole, like trying to grab this guy. Okay, and that's going to be the end of their turn. Everybody who's in the second room, DeCool, E, give me a perception check.
Nat 1.
Dirty 20.
Okay, E, you are full in the throes of rage right now. There is nothing but this asshole that just shot you. DeCool, you're kind of centralized in the room. You're keeping your head on a swivel, and you definitely your ears, your keen elven, half elven ears perk up because you hear off to your left where y'all were headed. One of the doors begins to kind of rattle. It sounds like maybe somebody's trying to pick the lock or open the lock and open the door. So on your right, you have Cole fighting somebody, and on the left side of the building, somebody's trying to open one of those doors. Okay.
Okay.
And but it has not happened yet, and so now that brings us around to DeCool. It is your turn.
Yes. In the throes of battle, you have to act quick. So I am going to yell at that door. Greg! Greg. Elry! Elry! Is that you?
Nope.
So you were yelling at the door where y'all were headed. That sounds like it's being picked.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you yell that out. Elry, you hear him. You scream nope. Right?
No, I don't. I've got 2 armed guys in the room with me.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Well, then there is no response.
Okay, yeah. And if that's the case, I'm going to take the arrow that I have fashioned with some new high-tech gear on it. Aim it at that door.
Mm-hmm.
And fire.
All right. Give me that attack roll.
15 and 8 is 22? Yeah, no, 23. I can add. Yeah.
15 and 8, yeah, 23. Yeah, you definitely hit the door.
I don't know who was behind there, nor do I care.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
8. Sorry, hold on. My dice just fell. There we go. 8.
Okay. So you rolled
Plus,
8.
Hold on. Plus the 2 because of the ring. So that's 10.
Okay. And don't forget your dex.
Yes, that's what it was added. The dex was added to that. So it was 10. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So 10 damage. You shoot this arrow and it hits and you hear it's an arrow on metal, and so there's kind of a ting, but you also hear a and there is a small explosion of energy also. Mm-hmm. And the door is kind of blown off its hinges a little bit, and you hear and there's a sound of someone screaming as the door just kind of like pops off its rollers and is laying loose now. But you can't see through it. It kind of flops back shut, but it is no longer locked. But it does sound like you gave someone you made someone have a bad day.
Okay, so that was my attack. Can I have my movement, right? Can I close that distance?
I mean, you were kind of midway through the room, so yeah, you're about 45, 50 feet away from the door.
All right, and yeah. I want to close that distance then.
All right, you close that distance, and so you're up kind of by the doorway. And you can, once you move up here, you can hear someone on the other side like, son of a bitch, what the hell was that? And someone else going, shut up, shh. Like.
Okay. Am I still, I still have one additional attack left.
I mean, yes, you still have you have your bow out. It would have to be a ranged attack.
Shit.
I mean,
I don't know what I was thinking.
Just so, when you look back across the room, Cole is still fighting some people in that room.
Oh, then definitely. All right, I'm not going to waste that attack. I'm going to find the person that is closest to Cole. Aim and fire.
Okay.
13, 18, 21.
That's going to hit.
Yes. So 10. Haha. 1, 5 is 9 plus the 2. That's 11 more damage.
To that guy? Okay.
Yes.
You slip an arrow right past Cole, an upraised Cole hand, and your arrow does find purchase. And he doesn't look happy. That's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Over to Hilda. Hilda begins moving over, catching up with you. And she's like, "E, hurry up, we're being surrounded." Cole is going to make a couple of more punches. Yep. And yeah, so it's hard for y'all to see this, but Elry, you see this clearly. The guy that Cole was like reaching in for, he finds the guy and just squeezes. The guy has an arrow. You see the fletching of DeCool's arrows. One of them like kind of in his side, and the guy reaches around and like Cole just like kind of pulls him against the wall and starts squeezing him up against the wall until the guy just stops moving. The other fucking ear is still, looks like he like looks over and is wide-eyed like, oh, and he looks like he was trying to like open the other door, but he's starting to like, and he starts looking around, and it looks like he might try to like break. Like it looks like he's not happy here. He saw 2 of his friends get yanked into the room. The third just got crushed against a wall. But yeah, he doesn't look like he's gonna hang around for much longer. But that's just kind of what you see as a reaction to Cull. It is now your turn.
Okay, so as Elry sees this all going down, he is going to pop out of hiding and again fire the gun and take the guy at the door. He might look like he doesn't want to fight anymore, but you decide to show up and you're on the fucking your payroll, so time to earn that gold, home. So you get do I get advantage on this one because I'm
what was your stealth check?
18.
Yes. Okay, you're still good.
Ooh. Okay. That was a 3 and then a 14, and that goes for, I should know this by now, 21.
That's going to be a hit.
Okay, first one, 11, plus 6, 17, plus 2, 19.
Okay.
And now I have a question, Pruitt.
Yes, sir.
As I have 2 guns now, can I make, as a bonus action, can I 2-gun Elriot and take another shot at this cat? It's okay if I can't.
I was just going to say, normally you need crossbow expert to be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the gun is hard enough for you to hold because you're a halfling and it is meant for like a human. So like you're having to like, in order to fire it. So
Fine.
I'll let you get away with a lot, Greg, but
I know. I'm going to go. Okay. So in that case, the bonus action is going to be, he pops out, fires, and the bonus action is he's going to dive back into the shadows.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another stealth check.
Ooh, 15.
Okay. Yeah. So you fire off and the guy's like, oh shit. What? Who are you? Where are you? And this guy's just like screaming in anger, like, and doesn't look like he saw where you dove. So that is your turn. E404. This guy in front of you, it looks like he's still barely standing. He just shot you in the gut or in the abdomen area.
Will a 22 hit though?
22 is going to hit him. How much was your fire damage?
Oh, it is. Let me double check at this point because it's trying to keep up with level stuff. It's 3 points.
Yeah. So yeah, you're raising your hand up, and he's just like shot you, and then just like, and just kind of slumps over. His face kind of bright red. It looks like he wilts in front of you as you kind of raise your hand up, and then there's nobody.
Cool. Well, is there anyone else coming through for it?
You definitely heard to your left, like Dakul just shot, and there was an explosion, and you hear cursing coming from that next room. Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna get my way through the tidy hole.
Okay. Yeah, you can move over right up to the doorway, and I'll even let you kind of push the doorway open because Dakul did blow it kind of off its hinges. It's still connected at the top, but where it kind of it rolls up, it's just kind of loose hanging. You know what I mean? So I will say that you can just kind of push it open and look in there at the end of your movement.
Cool.
Yeah, and when you do that, there's a guy laying on the ground and one of his friends like right next to the doorway, within range.
Oh, good. Well, would you like me to re-roll that earlier?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. With a 22, bam! The dice today want me to murder.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That'll come in handy.
For 11 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, this guy had taken a little damage from the explosion. They also take your 3, right? Because you moved in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got your second attack?
Yeah. That's a 15. I don't know.
15 hits these guys.
That's good.
Yeah.
9 points.
Okay, yeah. You just kind of like push through with one hand, and the guy's like right there, and you just kind of got like hit him twice, and he just drops. Like he didn't even really react because he's like yelling for his friend to get up off the ground. And yeah, you really just straight up murder this guy. End of E's turn. Guy on the ground. You pound this guy like twice. He drops, and you look up, and there's a guy on the ground that looks like he got knocked back by Dakul's explosive arrow. And then there's 2 more guys, and they both have rifles, and they're like, shh! And they come up and just and both fire at you. The guy on the ground, his weapons got knocked away from him. It looks like he's scrambling to go retrieve them. Okay. And okay, so these rifles, you've been shot by the pistols. This is your first time getting shot by one of these rifles. They hit a lot harder. You get hit for 12 force damage, as this thing just hits you square in the chest and you almost take a step back. That's going to do for you there. Elry, the guy in the room, he's just like, starts just like looking around like, where are you? And he just is going to just shoot in your direction. And a bolt hits the wall about 3 feet to your left of where you're hiding. And he's just like, where the hell are you? What the hell is this? And you've seen guys just lose it in combat. And this guy's just like, I mean, he's not really here. He's terrified and injured and everything else, right?
He's been Batmaned.
Yes, he's totally been Batmaned. And he's just kind of firing into the walls right now. That's that. Okay. Dakul, it is your turn. You see E moved up to the door, hammered in through the doorway, and then gets staggered back by a very like a loud, brilliant blue bolt of energy that hits them square in the chest. Little steam coming off of it from the impact. You're muted.
Sorry.
Everybody take a drink. That's just streamer. Shit, I'm out of beer.
So I'm at the door, but I still can't assess how many people are in there, right?
No, you're at the door. I mean, you can glance in right quick, right?
I want to glance in to see what I'm working with.
Yeah. I mean, you basically have full cover because you said you moved up next to the door. Yeah. So you heard a couple of shots go off. So as you glance in, you can see 2 guys. They have these rifles. Another guy is on the ground. Probably he was picking the lock and got knocked back. It looks like he's scrambling for his pistol that's has fallen away from him. Okay. And that's what you see when you glance in the door.
How far away are the guys with the rifles?
Oh, they're about 20 feet back. They were back covering, getting ready to shoot. They're both kind of lined up down the
Okay.
I went blank. The conveyor belt, the little belt thing.
Okay.
Words. What are they?
I'm going to take that opportunity to close the distance on the rifle shooters. I'm heading for the first one I can get to. It's only 20 feet away.
Okay, so you're just going to kind of burst through there?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And I want to do a disarmament attack. You know, those mystical palms that those monks have. I want to hit them with that first.
Okay. So are you doing a stunning attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Mystical palms.
Okay. Well, you said disarming, so I just have to make sure mechanically. So so go ahead and give me, what's your attack?
7, 8, 9, 16.
16 is going to hit. Okay. So you hit him. What's your save DC for your stunning attack?
What is it? 15? No, hold on.
I got a I got a 14.
It is a 15. KC DC is 15.
Okay, so he is stunned. And let me just see. Yeah, he is stunned, and his rifle slips from his hands as he's just kind of like stunned there. Okay. So you're with your follow-up attacks. If you attack him, you got advantage. If not,
no. Once he is stunned, I'm going to turn and roll over and see the second rifleman, and then attack again with my sword for my second attack. Yes.
Okay. Is this going to be a stunning attack as well, or are you just making a normal one?
Oh, it is per attack. No, it most certainly is for stunning attack. Yes.
Okay.
Give me these palms tonight. 15, 23.
That's a hit.
Yes.
And I rolled a 14 again. So let me see if... and his weapon slips from his grasp as well. So you just kind of like roll through there and pop up and pop one guy in the side of the face and then pop out, ninja roll over the conveyor belt and hit the other guy. And both guys are like sitting there like kind of just like they have no idea what just happened. And you still have your bonus attack.
I most certainly do. And I have about 20 more feet of distance I can cover?
Yeah.
Can I get the guy that's on the ground?
Yeah. You can move back and get the guy that's on the ground too.
Oh, yes. We are going to clean our plates.
Reaching for his gun. He's not armed currently.
He won't.
But he is on the ground, so therefore you do have advantage to hit him because he is prone.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Well, one was a 1, the other one was a 12. 12 and 8 is 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that's a hit.
Oh, yes. Oh, let me get this damage real quick.
And this is just a normal attack, right?
Yes. 5 and 3 is 8.
8 damage?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, this guy, he had already been hurt from the explosion. And you pop through, stunning attack, backflip, bring an elbow down, and crack this guy right on the back of the neck, and he lays down still and does not draw another breath. Fucking monks, man.
Dude,
Monks.
that is Bruce Lee shit. Now when Bruce Lee steps on the chest and then twists the foot.
Pretty much what DeCool just did to this guy. Yeah. So that is DeCool's turn. Hilda is going to move up and begin moving through into the next room. Actually, you're going to move up to E. E, how are you looking?
Not good.
Okay, that's what I figured. So Hilda knows what she's in for. She's going to move up, take the damage, and heal you for a little bit.
She won't take the damage right now just because I haven't. It's on that bonus action.
Oh, that's right. It's only on the bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's not just ambient.
Not a passive thing.
Right. Okay, you get healed for 18 damage.
Yay!
And running a little hot there, E. And then Hilda kind of moves a few feet back away from you after doing that. Cole, being angry, Elry, you see him basically take the guy that he has by the throat and throw him at the other guy. So I'm going to make a improvised weapon attack at disadvantage. And I rolled an 18 and a 19. As you see this dead body just get slung across the room. And he hits broadside into his friend, and they both fall in a heap. And Cole kind of like screams and like sticks his head through like angrily and screams at them, and then turns around and there's more. And he begins running towards E404 just like full speed. It is back around to you, Elry. As you are in this room, you look over and like there's no movement from the pile of the two fucking ears that are now entangled forever in death.
Wow. Elry applauds the horrific use of fucking ear on fucking ear crime as he looks outside. And can he see Haskell Harkin out there anywhere?
You're looking, and it looks like from that one the far right building of the three that is closest to the row of buildings you are on. You can still see fucking ears, like one in each window, and there's still one on either side. Except they're barely peeking out. They're just holding and waiting. But it looks like they are still there.
Any of the explosive crystals in this room?
In this room, it looks like this is where they actually took the raw product and knocked away like any kind of sediment or whatever these crystals were attached to. This is where they kind of got the bulk of them out. So you're looking around, all you see is like remnants of whatever chalky like material that this whole area is made of. That's all you really see. You do not see any remnants of crystals in this room, no.
Okay, he's going to run and slide on the conveyor belt through into the room that Cole was kind of peeking out from.
Okay.
So if that's just my movement, can he look around in this room and see if there's any crystals in this room?
Okay, so that's going to take 50 feet to get into the next room because these buildings are about 100 feet wide, right? So you can get into the next room with 2 moves. And then as you glance around, you can see that there's not a lot laying around here. In a quick perception check might see Hilda's pouches bulging with something.
Okay. He'll, as soon as he slides in with his face smeared with coal and like shoe polish, he'll be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" There's bodies everywhere. You guys have been like, I think it's an absolute war zone.
Yeah.
Hey, Hilda, you got any more of those gems? I'm gonna send something out to Haskell. And I'm going to use movement and then my bonus action move to get into the area. And he's going to cast Tensor's floating disc and just say, "Load it up."
Okay. All right, Elry, I trust you. I'm not sure why, but I do.
Terrible idea, but okay.
Okay. So, that's Elry's turn. E404. It is your turn.
Yes.
And about 20 feet in the room, it looks like there's 2 fucking ears that are trying to maintain their feet as they're trying to shake off these perfectly aimed strikes that struck at their pressure points, throwing them off.
Oh, goody. Get up in this space. Bonus action fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Which will affect both of them, by the way.
Okay.
It's 10 feet, right?
But I believe so, yes.
Okay, yeah, it'll hit both of them.
Mm-hmm. And nat 20.
Oh, shit. Okay.
On the one guy.
Go ahead and give it that damage.
That'll be 16 points of hammer damage.
Okay, what does that look like?
Oh yeah, that just caved in that guy's head as he's like holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have a headache problem anymore because you don't have a head.
It's pretty basic math, right? As far as injuries go, if you don't have something, it can't hurt you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you collapse in this fucking ear's head, and the other one is like looks over.
And then the back backhammer.
Backhammer. Yeah.
With a 14. Is that?
That is exactly their AC.
Okay. So do you rule that as hit or miss?
Oh no! If you hit the number, that's a hit.
Cool. That is 8 points of damage.
Okay. And what does that look like?
Oh. Yeah. Just
he had 8 hit points left.
Lovely. Yeah. Just getting into one, and then with the back of the hammer just into this guy's face as well. They're about the same height.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Okay. Yeah, you pop this guy's head in and then just do a 90-degree turn and hit this guy, and you basically just turn his head around as he just drops to his knees and then slumps to the side. You still have about 15 feet of movement.
Anyone else kind of visible?
There is nothing in this room. This is the original room that Elry had come in and inspected. So the door is kind of ajar. It's not completely closed, but it's another 30 feet. It's about 30 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna head towards the door then.
Okay, so you can get about halfway to the door. All right. E44 DM. It is my turn. From outside, everyone can kind of just hear like, it don't have to go down like this. We got a defensible position. You've got a defensible position. We can just stand here and pepper away at each other, or we can talk this out.
Fuck off.
And then, other than that, that's all you hear. DeCool, it is your turn.
I'm going to move towards Hilda and grab another one of those crystals and fashion it to an arrow again for my time.
Okay, so she's back in the other factory room. So are you gonna move back towards that room?
Yes. I need this arrow.
Okay, so you're moving back. You can grab a crystal from her. Well, you know what? You're in this room. Elry didn't take all of them.
Okay.
I will say that you can still find a crystal like just laying around.
Okay. Yes, then that will be.
So you can move a little bit, and you can use an action to tie it to an arrow.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Where do you end up?
I want to end up closest to the door towards the courtyard. So.
Okay. So yeah, you can. I will say you can grab a thing, and as you're moving over to the door, you can tie it to an arrow and have it ready for next round. Definitely. Hilda moves over to Elry's disc, and she takes a satchel and just kind of dumps out. It looks like maybe like 8 to 10 of these disc sapphires. All right, that's what I got. Be careful, Elry. And then she kind of moves away from it, kind of scared. Cole, he begins running. Looks like he's heading straight towards the door, the other doorway that E already went through, and he gets almost there. And again, he kind of like looks around angrily and like literally punches himself in the face and just like and just like hits himself. And so that's the end of his turn. Elry, it is your turn.
Okay, Pruitt, you know what time it is. This is time for Let's Play Rules with Greg.
Mm-hmm.
I have Tensor's floating disc up. How far away is the defensible fucking ear line?
Technically, the fucking ear defensible line is 2 buildings over. So that's about 200 feet.
Okay, then I'm going to take my current time to get over to, if it's 2 buildings over, can I, let's see, how do I do this? How far away are the doors to the next building? Like, can I go to each building inside? Like, can I go, is there an interior walkway between the buildings? Like, can I?
Yeah, I mean, you saw them moving on the actual conveyor belt that moves in between buildings. They kind of like hop up and roll on the rollers that take you into the next building. And so you can move through that. This next one is open and this will take you into the second building, the one that you originally checked, right? And that's where you'll see DeCool. He's up by the door. E is moving towards the door.
Well, I'm in that building right now, though, right? Because I came through the conveyor belt last time, so I'm in that room with Hilda. Isn't that where I came through? Like,
Yeah, but she was she was one building behind them. She was kind of
okay.
So you're moving like on the map, the 4 factories across the top. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4 left to right, you're in 3 right now, and you're moving towards 2, which is, if you remember at the beginning of the fight, that's the one you checked and grabbed the first handful of sapphires.
And so are they like right outside the door of 2? Like not right outside, but like in a line outside the door of 2?
Technically, no. They are in the vertical set of factories. They're the one closest to y'all. They're sitting there, and their building is kind of looking down the row of factories at y'all, and they're just all sitting there with their weapons out, pointed, just like waiting.
Okay.
And y'all, by the way, y'all hear nothing. Like it doesn't sound like anyone else is around here. It's just whoever's in that building.
Okay, so then what Elry is going to do is he's going to begin to walk down. He's going to take his 25 regular, dash for another 25, and then bonus action for 25, as he's going to go inside the building with the tensors floating 20 feet behind him, as he's going to get close to the line as possible. If he's walking, if he sees any of the crystals, he's just going to grab it and throw it onto the disc. If he sees something that looks like it could burn, he's going to grab it, throw it onto the disc. He'll walk past the position of the cool and everybody like, hey guys, and then just continue on his merry. And
I would say that you can get pretty much kind of basically up where E is, about almost halfway through the building number 2. And DeCool's up by the doorway. He's looks like he's getting an arrow ready or something. And so E404. It is your turn. You're about 15 feet away from the doorway where DeCool is.
All right, I'm gonna get to the doorway.
Okay. Do you go through the doorway?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. I don't like this.
You walk through a doorway after the enemy.
I know.
Didn't go. Okay, so other than the nat 20 I rolled, the highest I got is 16.
16 is my AC.
Okay, so you got hit once, regular, and a crit. Okay, so the crit is going to be 26 damage. As this, just the second you walk out, one guy's just waiting, and it hits you right in the face. And then the regular hit that follows it up is going to be a further 8 damage, which you're really lucky. And so you take that in force damage as, a couple other bolts fly by you. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
Is there anyone right there, Pruitt?
There isn't anyone right there, no. But there are, there's a couple of barrels, there's a couple of crates kind of in front of the factories that are just there.
Okay, I'm going to hold my action until something comes up. Oh, wait, right. Thank you. Hey, I'm going to pop out my magic missile.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's an attack.
Thanks. Do I have any idea where the shots came from?
Oh, you can see there's as you're looking at these buildings on the other side, where the ones you were traveling through don't have windows. These look like they're for something else, and they do have a window on each side of the front door. So you can see a fucking ear in each window, and then one on either side of the door frame. And they all just kind of were just waiting for anyone to pop out, and they all just popped off at you. So you can hit any one of them because you can see them, and it is magic missile. So.
Awesome. I have 7 charges. Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 charges on the guy that crit me.
Okay. That would be the guy on the far right.
Okay.
So he's the guy straight in front of you.
Right. So that's 3. Let me just roll that. That's 13 points of damage.
Okay. So yeah, he thinking that he had a nice defensible spot, gets hit in the face with some magic missiles, and he does not look happy.
He's still up?
13 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these guys are fresh. They have not been hit by anything, except for the fucking ear Haskell Harkin, but you don't really know that. So.
Right. Does my extra attack still apply to magic missile stuff?
No, that's using an item. Technically,
okay, fair enough.
I'm allowing it to be an attack simply for the process of continuing your rage.
Okay. Yep.
I will allow that.
Appreciate it.
With the rest of your move, do you move? Do you? Like I said, there are some crates along the side of the wall that could be some cover, but otherwise you're still just like standing out there.
Yeah, I'm
Get your ass back in here.
right. I guess E,
give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was like, I don't know if E's gonna listen. That's a 11.
11. I mean, you're the same old E that you always are. There are enemies to kill, and they're like right there.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement that away.
Okay, so you begin heading towards the fucking ears, and it's their turn. Wow. Only the fucking air Haskell Harkin hit you. And he's got his pistol. Hit you for 7 more damage. As bolts are flying past you.
E is down.
E is down?
Yeah.
Okay. E drops to the deck. And you are out. It is now Dakul's turn.
Oh shit. Okay. My perception check on how many people are down there. So I'm standing in the doorway. I just kind of like glance out just enough to just see how many. I overheard you say it was 4, 2 up top, 2 at the bottom, and I'm assuming Haskell is just one of those 4.
Yeah, I mean you're right there. There's 4. Then it's all one floor, right? They're all even. Either side of the door entrance, there's one on either side, and then right outside the door, there's a window on either side, and there's a guy in each window.
Okay. How far away am I from the door?
I mean the door you're at?
No, the door from where they are, where they're fortified. It's like
about 150 feet.
All right. If I use, all right, so here's a DM question. So if I use my distance, if I use my step of the wind, it doubles my jumping distance, right?
Yeah, I mean it will double your jumping distance, but the rule with jump is you still have to have movement,
right?
In order to jump that far, right?
Don't you have that ring of leaping?
Yeah, I was just about to say. So I was going to say, does it multiply again with the ring of leaping? So is it like a double multiplier?
I would say yes, but the problem with that still is you have to have enough movement for that to matter. If you catch my drift, because what's your strength right now?
Yeah, that's not. It's just a +1.
No, I mean, like, what's the number?
13.
14?
13.
13. Okay, so you can normally jump 13 feet, right? As long as you have like 10 feet of movement. So that's 23 feet. But with your step of the wind, that means you can jump 26 feet.
Right. But then what about the ring?
With the ring, normally you'd be able to jump 39 feet. But I would say with step of the wind, I would say you can add another. I'm not saying you can double your triple, but I would say I would let you add another. So I mean now you're up to like 52 feet. But you'd still have to have that much movement to get to that, right?
Okay.
So, but technically, yeah, you could jump 50. You could cross a 50-foot chasm if you needed to.
Okay.
I mean, as far as like trying to cover this distance, I mean, you could jump if you wanted to.
All right. I still want to. I can use I can fashion the arrow with the disc on it, the sapphire discs on it. I want to. Can I attack, then move that distance, use step of the wind, and then use my additional second attack to close
with the bow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You could make your one attack, do your two moves, and then make your second attack. I have no problem with that.
All right, cool. Can I recognize Haskell from here, or is it just?
Oh yeah. You can tell. I mean, these other guys look like these guys are just like in regular sailor garb. It looks like they have some like leather armor on, but I mean Haskell is garishly dressed. He's got his hat. He's wearing his fine clothes. Because if you remember when y'all caught up to the Harlequin's embrace, he wasn't wearing the ratty pirate garb and had the really cheesy accent. He told you, it was like, that's all for the tourists, because that's what they expect to see with a pirate. So he's wearing his silk shirt that's flowing in some wind that doesn't really exist, and he's popping out and firing his pistol.
Okay, now is he upstairs or he's downstairs?
Well, there's only one floor. There's no upstairs to
it. It's just the window. Okay.
The windows are directly to either side of the door.
Bad. All right. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna pull the gifted arrow with the sapphire's kiss. Draw, and fire towards Haskell.
Okay. All right.
What's that distance? So I know if it's from rolling an advantage or disadvantage.
What's the range on your bow?
150 to 600.
Oh, I mean the first attack would be normal, like that's right at the edge of your range.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So it's just a normal attack.
18. I'll take it.
18.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the deal. Your arrow slams into the door frame right next to him because he does have cover.
Uh-huh.
So he's kind of like hiding right now. Okay. But go ahead and roll damage for me because you did fashion it with one of these crystals. So
yes. 6 and 5 is 11 plus 2 is 13.
13?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So your arrow slams right into the door frame. I mean, it was like literally an inch to the left and you would have caught him right in the head, right? But there is a detonation as this arrow and these crystals explode. And he does scream and curse a little bit, but he is not taken out of the fight. As you see him just kind of back away and just like, motherfucking shit! Why would you just die? And then you are going to move forward?
Yes, and then I'm going to move my farthest distance as my action and then use Step of the Wind.
Okay, so you get about halfway there. If you want to kind of just like run up some crates and leap.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can like just pop that off. You run up some crates and you just leap out as they're like aiming at the door, and then like some of them start to try to track you through the air, and you land and you're about halfway there. there are some barrels, like they had set up barrels, it looks like, for a firing line. And so you land just short of those. If you want to get into cover, you can. Where do you?
If I get into cover, can I still use my last attack?
Yeah, you can still use your last. I mean, you can use your last attack as you're going into cover.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you'll be able to get quarter cover.
Okay, let me roll for the. Of course, I'm attacking with the bull. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. 26. Yes.
26. Okay, are you aiming at Harkin again?
Yes.
Then that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Oh, and I want to spend my. What was? No. Never mind. I want to keep that. Okay. 1, 10. Oh, what a waste. 2 and 5 is 7 plus the 2 is 9.
9 more damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I will. You know what? I will use my Kenzai shot for my.
Well, okay. You had to use your bonus action.
Oh no! You know what? Yeah. For step for the win. Then I'm done. I'm behind cover.
So you're okay. I'm sorry. I said quarter. That was stupid. You're in half cover, so you get a +2 to your AC and Dex saves while you're kind of hunkered down behind this barrel.
Yes.
That's Dakul's turn. Okay. It is. Cull is going to come charging through and out the door that you just came out of. And he kind of steps over E404. And then Hilda moves up right at the doorway and reaches out and moves to heal E404. Okay, E. You feel invigorating energy flowing through your systems, and your eyes open back up, but there is some disorientation as you're expecting to kind of get back into the fight. You realize that you are no longer on Aspidocian. As you reboot, you open your eyes and you are back in this cylindrical chamber that you have seen coming in and out of your rage. Some kind of cocoon or charging station or whatever, whatever E has been mulling over in these moments that they are recalling. But you feel a shake and a jolt as a surge of power goes down, and you are awoken. And you look around and you see you kind of look out and you can see other of these pods, these chambers. And there is a jolt again. And as you're looking out, you see a beholder floating by the cylindrical tunnel that these pods are lining the walls of, and it's looking very agitated, and it's talking to a robed figure, tall, skinny, looks to be the same figure from your last recollection. Purple robes, and it's just and the beholder just says, "We're almost there. We're almost to Neros. There shouldn't be this much resistance." And the figure, the tall, lithe figure, responds in kind of an otherworldly kind of a bubbling voice. It's hard to really listen to, but it says, "We should dispose of these things. We should jettison them. We have gotten all of the information that we need from them. They are a liability at this point." And as he says this, he's kind of flippantly like motioning towards your chamber. And the beholder like kind of shifts its eyes towards you, and it never stops moving, and then it shifts some of them back at the robed figure, and it's like, no, they're ours to do with. That was part of the deal. We could do what we want with them. And they continue on past you, E. And the hallway has just gone silent when next to you there is a loud explosion. And as you're jostled inside your chamber, the door creaks open ever so slightly. What do you do? As there are sounds of conflict, the ship that you are on, if you are on a ship, which you assume so, based on the images that Rantame showed you, it seems that they are currently battling something. So what do you do as you are in this cylindrical hallway, about 40 feet in diameter? There's a metal grate walkway that has been put down. You would assume just for, you and your kind that have been brought on this ship, and whatever this purple-robed figure walking by, as beholders don't need walkways. But it's sturdy, but looks like it was hastily constructed and put in this tunnel. What do you do?
I very slowly open up the door fully enough for me to step out.
Okay, you step out, you look both ways, and it looks like lining both sides of the walls here, there are these cylindrical chambers with piping and hoses that run up into the walls. As you step out, like down to your right where the explosion occurred, part of the wall is missing, and it looks like the chamber next to you was destroyed, along with the one next to that. Across from you see two chambers that are occupied by other units similar to yourself, and it looks like maybe that the explosion has jostled them, and you can kind of see them like tilting their head and looking out the window, but you can hear the doors kind of like kind of groaning against them trying to open them.
I start going over and, if I can, try to open up doors.
Okay. Yeah, you go to one chamber, and above the doorway to this pod is the number 512, and you open it. Okay, yeah, you open it, and Unit 512 is standing there and kind of steps out.
E44, Unit 44, as they would have been known at this time. Kind of tilts their head. Do you know what's going on?
And Unit 512, do you know what's going on?
I am not sure. It appears that we are under attack.
Trey, you are Unit 512.
I apologize. It was another number on my thing. Systems check. Everything positive. Rebooting. What unit are you? System scan. Unit appears functional. What unit are you?
I am Unit 404.
404 does not register. Malfunction, readjusting. There has been an event. Are you a part of this event?
I was in my pod. I do not imagine I would have been a part of it.
I step outside of the doors and evaluate what is in front of me, beside me. We must move in the direction of the sound.
Okay. It sounds there are sounds of conflict. E, as you're looking at unit 512, to your right and to 512's left, you hear the sounds of conflict coming from down there. But to the opposite direction, the other door, as you hear it like like a door trying to open.
I go over and open up that one.
Okay, yep. Above it is Unit 911. Is trying to like open the door, and you have another unit here.
Unit 911 reporting. What is the situation?
We have experienced an event with explosions and sound. We are accompanied, not alone. This 404 unit is with us.
404. You are the closest to 1. What should we do?
I suppose we should investigate.
Affirmative. Let's roll out.
A prime idea.
Can I just say I love you guys so much?
I was hoping you'd love this. So, 404. As you're standing in this hallway, sounds of battle coming from somewhere down to the end of this hallway. It's about another 50 feet. You don't hear any other movement from any of the other chambers. And as you're looking around, you can kind of see that like some of them look like there's kind of like smoke or steam rising from their like maybe they were overloaded with what kind of woke you up. You're not really sure, but you don't seem to see any other functioning units. But you do hear the sounds of conflict about 50 feet down the hallway, and it ends in kind of a T intersection.
It appears some form of malfunction happened. That is something to repair later.
My calculations suggest that we move towards the sound.
Yes.
I defer to the closest to 1.
Let us keep moving then.
Okay. So you move down to this T intersection, and you look to the right, and it continues on. You see more pods, similar. There's also, looks like maybe at the end of that hallway, another, you see smoke filling the hallway, movement in the smoke. You turn back left, and it empties after about 30 feet into a large bay, like maybe some kind of like a landing bay for like smaller craft or something. And in there you can hear the definite sounds of conflict as there's screaming and yelling of what you remember as humanoids, the makers, the ones that made you before you were taken, as you do have a vague recollection of being taken, and you see like a large orb kind of float by, and one of the eyes coming off of it, and this is the same beholder that you have seen since the beginning. The one that smiled when it looked at you. One of the eyes turns towards you, and then it whips around, and it's like, what are you doing? Get back in your pods! And go ahead and roll initiative.
Six.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
21.
Alrighty. Unit 911, you go first.
Okay, so Unit 911 would, he takes one of his arms and detaches it from his body, and it spins and turns into this massive maul as a smaller, sleeker arm comes out of his inner body. He grabs the maul, looks at, and it's a beholder we're looking at here, correct?
You are looking right at a beholder that looks very pissed and is turning towards you. It's about 30 feet away. Yeah.
He says, he turns and says,
One shall stand, one shall fall.
and he charges and attacks with the maul, because I've always wanted to be Optimus Prime, and whatever.
Okay. And by the way, Kiana, you are at full hit points in health in this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, so you charge this beholder as it's bearing all of its eyeballs towards y'all. You feel a wave of energy flow over you, but it does not affect you. And so go ahead and attack for me there, brother.
Okay, and remember what we talked about before? That is a staple with every attack that 911 does.
Every attack.
So I would have had a 26, but I have a 21.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. Okay. Bear with me as I am shaking because I get to be Optimus Prime, and it's the greatest thing in the history of ever. 6 plus 11. I get to reroll ones. Oh, shit, it's a 2. 7 plus 5, 12 plus 10 is 22 as the first attack of Prime, or 911, comes down and smashes in. Do I get 2 attacks? I do!
You do get 2 attacks.
Fantastic.
That is 19 plus 8 is 27 to a 22.
That's a hit as well.
Wow. That's a 6. Roll a 1. Okay, didn't touch anything for my dice. I don't know if you can see the 2 6s. I just rolled right there. So that is 12 plus 5 is 17 plus 10 is 27.
So you did 21 and 27?
Yes. That is what.
That's exactly what I've done.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to DM here, damn it. Fuck you, Pen. You're out of lead. Oh man, this is amazing. All right. So
Question.
you lay into this thing. It turns an eye towards you and lets loose a beam of pure green energy. I'm gonna need a dexterity save from Unit 911 that just attacked.
Okay, that is a 16. 15 plus 1 is a 16.
Okay, you hit the number exactly. So you're going to take half damage of this disintegration ray. So you're going to go ahead and take 45, so we'll call it 23 damage as a beam of disintegrating energy like hits you as you like laced into this thing, and it's just like, how dare you? Just like angry. It is Unit 404's turn.
Oh, yeah.
As you are 30 feet away, as your compatriot unit has just gone up and laid into this thing, and it returned the favor.
Yeah, Unit 404 is gonna seize Beholder. About time that they tried to attack it, so let's go.
Go for it.
All right. That programming that they like to put in there just kind of kicks in, doesn't it? With except it's turned against them this time round. So, let's do that. Have a main point of fire damage, I guess, if we're going from early.
Yeah. No. You're the same. For all intent and purposes, you're the same level and everything right now. Don't worry about that.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So 3 points fire damage.
Okay.
To which a 21. For the first hit.
21 hits.
Right. And for the second, again 21.
21 hit. You got 2 hits in.
All right. So that's 7 and 8 points of damage. So 15.
Okay. Wait, are you raging? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So you run up and hit it twice. Unit 404. I'm going to need you to make. I'm going to need you to give me a Constitution save.
Okay.
As it turns an eye on you and lets loose a beam.
That's a. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. That's a 24.
20, yeah. The beam like flows over you and just kind of just fragments apart as it hits your shiny, perfect exoskeleton and has no effect whatsoever. You can kind of feel yourself starting to like lock up, maybe for a brief second, and you're just like, not today. So that was on the end of your turn. It is now the Beholder's turn. So I am going to need Unit 911 that you just hit. I'm going to need you to make a Wisdom saving throw. Unit 404, I'm going to need you to make a Dexterity saving throw.
19 for Wisdom.
19 for your Wisdom save? Okay. Yeah, you kind of feel like it sends you this beam of just like welcoming energy, like, no, this side, come here to me. And you just and shake it off. 404, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, you feel like it was trying to like slow you down, and you shake it off like it was trying to lock you up. And then the unit that has not attacked yet, but I'm going to need you to make, as it fires a beam of kind of bluish energy at you, go ahead and give me a Dexterity save. You're muted.
Sorry, 16.
Okay, you just hit the number you need as you start to feel yourself being locked up as well, and you kind of fight through it, and it lets out an angry roar of defiance as y'all have. I mean, you have basically defied it, and it is now Unit 512's turn. You're 30 feet away.
Combat initiated. Attack, save, speech, life. We will survive. And that's when his arms, one morphs into a giant war pick that's glistening and seemingly brand new. And then he looks over to his left arm and he sees it transform into a war hammer. He looks over at the target. Confrontation, inevitable, attack, and rushes towards him.
Okay. So you can decide which is your main hand. Trey. You get basically get 2 attacks with your main hand, and you get 1 attack with your offhand, whatever that is. Just
okay, so the war pick is going to be my main hand. So
okay.
And the war hammer will be on the left.
Okay.
The first attack was a 17 plus 8 is 23. I can't add today. What is wrong with
That's
me?
okay. If it's north of 18, you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
25. All right. And the damage is 1d8. 1 plus 5 is 6.
Okay. So that's your first attack. You got 2 more?
The pummeling continues with the warhammer. Ha! Yes, over 17. I rolled a 17.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And the damage on that is 10.
Okay.
And he closes out with the warhammer. Oh, once again, yeah. So 16 plus 8. We're good. That's 24. And the damage on that is 4 and 5 is 9. 9.
Okay, so you did 10, 9. What was the first one?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Was it 7?
Oh shit, I don't remember. That's my ADHD kicking in.
Oh no, mine too. We'll just call it 8.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think it was more than that.
Okay, cool. All right. So you run up, hands turn into a hammer and a pick, and you just start lacing into this. You have 3 Warforged just tearing into this beholder, and it's screaming in rage. It's not going to move, but it turns a ray to you, 512. Since you're the newest, and it shoots a brilliant light blue ray at you. I'm going to need a strength save from you.
All right. Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. You can feel it trying to like pick you up and move you, and just that force, you kind of feel yourself get a little lighter, and then it slips off like you resist it. So well done there. Back around top of the initiative with Unit 911.
Friends, we need to fight.
And he's going to attack again. Ooh, that's not as good. 10 plus 8 is 18, but I told you he's taking the 5 off for each of the attacks, so that would be a 13. So
okay, that's a miss. Yep.
17 plus 10 is, or 8 is 25, minus 5 is 20.
That's a hit.
There we go. That is 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 10 is 25. And because I feel it coming, and I want to use it as I've never been able to, Action Surge as...
One shall stand. Soon I will be one with the Matrix.
16 plus 8 is 24, minus 5 is 19.
That's a hit.
That is 7 plus 10, or 7 plus 5 is 12. 7 plus 5 is 12, 22. So it's 22 for that one.
Yep.
Oh, it's cocked, and that's a fucking nat 20. Oh, I should have just told you it was a nat 20.
I appreciate your honesty, Greg.
Oh my god, it's another. Okay, wait, I can't. Oh, fuck, it's another. It's cocked again. Oh my god, I'm nervous. 18 plus.
I mean, you got an 18 on the die, so.
Yep. Jesus Christ, okay. Those are too bad. Dropping stuff. 3 plus 2, 5, 10, 20 damage on that one.
Okay, so you got 20. What was the... I'm sorry, I was so overwhelmed with the situation. What was your damages again?
I think it was 21, 20-something, and 20. I'll just take the 3 20s. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I don't know.
33. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not supposed to survive this.
Okay. Yeah, and so you you action surge, which by the way, Dakul, you can do that once, just so you know. You should do it soon. And you hit him across, like come back, and you just keep going, lost in your battle programming. And it takes some vicious hits. There's blood pouring freely from its mouth. Its eyes all puffy. One of its tentacles is bulged where it's like bruised. This thing has taken some damage in a very short amount of time, but it does immediately turn a ray on you, and I'm going to need a dexterity save from you there, Unit 911.
I'm sure this is where it goes to hell.
That's going to be a 7.
Yeah. So a ray of pure black energy flies at you and hits you square in the chest, and you're going to take 55 necrotic damage as it hits you full on. You take the full brunt of the blow.
Do not breathe.
I have 3 hit points.
Oh, you're still up?
I'm still up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. You don't turn into dust. Okay.
No.
Unit 404.
Yeah, again. I'm gonna hammer into this guy. Nope, not that first one. With a 10. Nope. But a 18?
An 18 just hits. Yes.
So that is max damage. With the math in my head is 13.
13 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you come up and slam into it, knocking a few teeth loose, and it turns back on you and pulls a ray up and points it at you, and then turns it on Unit 911 and fires again. So Unit 911, I'm going to need you to make a dex save as a ray of green energy comes flying at you.
That's a 9.
A 9? Okay. This energy fires, hits you square in the chest, and then begins to bore a hole right through you. And then from the hole moving outwards, you begin turning to dust and falling to the ground as just like metallic dust begins to trickle down and then poof, kind of bursts. And Unit 911 has been destroyed. Anything, do you want to say anything as you're slowly turning to dust?
Eyes, Unit 404.
Well done. That is that turn. Okay, now it is its turn. It begins turning rays on the remaining 2 units. Unit 404, I'm going to need a dexterity save. Actually, I'm going to need 2 dexterity saves. Unit 512, I'm going to need a strength save.
All right. 15 and 5 is 20. Hey.
Okay, you managed to fight off as it hits you with another blue ray, and it looks like it was trying to like pick you up again, and its grip slips. 404, what do you got?
The first one was 13, the second was 19.
Okay, so you aren't paralyzed, but you are slowed. So for the next minute, you can't take reactions. You can only take an action or a bonus, and you can repeat it at the end of your turn, which you're standing in melee with this thing, so, it's actually the time to hit, whatever. So it hits you with that. 512, it is your turn.
Yes. Right. System still stays. Attack. Tilt, defeated. And we are rolling. Coming over with the right hand with the war pick. 15. It is 23.
23 hits.
Aha. Let's see. It's 11.
11 damage, okay.
Yeah. For the second hit.
You sink the pick in deep.
Nat 20. Yes. About time I got one of those.
All right.
That's an 8.
Got the touch.
So that's double. So that's 16, right?
Yes.
Okay. And for the left, coming over with the left hand.
You had the touch, and then you had the power.
Rolled off the thing. All right, there we go. Missed on that one. Yeah. 98 is 17. Oh, yeah, 17. Does that hit?
17 does not hit.
All right. So ding.
So what was the damage on the crit?
It doubled, so it was 16.
16? Okay. Yeah. So this thing is sitting here like blood dripping from its mouth, and it's just like looking at you like with, I mean, y'all don't do good with emotions anyway, but you might have seen like terror, like whenever y'all were taken and there was a war, you saw your makers running around terrified, wide-eyed, scared, looking, and this thing is now begins to, some of its eyes are looking around the room, and it begins to start like yelling for assistance. But before that, it turns a ray on you, Unit 512.
Okay.
And I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Critical fail.
Woo. You rolled a 1?
Yup.
You know what? Just because I want to.
You kidding me?
I'm going to roll this damage just because it'll be fun.
God damn it, Pruitt.
What? It'll be fun.
You gotta be kidding me. Right after I hit a nat 22. Boy, it is balance.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you take 63 damage, necrotic damage.
63?
As a bolt of pure black energy like shoots and strikes you full on.
Okay.
You still up?
I am still up.
Oh, okay, cool. And you see it's kind of like, to me, gods, to me. And it is top of the initiative. 404. It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting it, Pruitt.
I mean, you are slowed, so I mean, it's that or move. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep hitting it.
okay.
With a 17.
17 does not hit.
But a 21 will.
21 most certainly hits.
8 points of.
What does this look? What does this look like? 404. Whenever you bury your hammer into it, what does it look like?
I saw it smiling and laughing as it destroyed all the other units and my makers. I'm gonna just punch in its pretty little mouth.
Okay.
Straight through.
Straight through? Like the back? Okay, yeah. So 512, you see 404 just punch straight through with the hammer, right through its like clenched teeth, its mouth clenched in anger, as blood's just pouring down like this nasty green ichor, and it punches through the teeth out the back of the orb, and then the 404 just kind of slings this dead sack of beholder off, and as you look up and around, you can see clearly of just an insanely vicious melee that is spanning across this entire hangar. And you look and it is a hangar now. There are smaller ships that look like they have like pods that hold beholders. But there are a combination of elves and dwarves and humans flowing in from the open hangar bay door. You see beholders firing rays just left and right. Go ahead and both of you make me dexterity saves.
19.
Damn. 3 + 1 is 4.
4. So 404, you dodge out of the way as a one of those black beams like shoots right past you, or actually no, you're gonna take yeah, you take half on those, yeah. So yeah, you're going to take like 24 damage. 512. You take a green bolt, much like 911, and it hits you square in the chest, and you begin turning to just metallic dust, slowly from the inside out as you begin to disintegrate.
Malfunction. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
And then, in a wave of heat, as there's a bloom from an explosion, 404, you are knocked off your feet. I'm not even going to call for a dex save, as the ship is rocketed by something and lists hard, and you go tumbling back down the hallway that you came from. And you're only stopped when your back slams against one of the pods. It's unoccupied. As you hit it, the door kind of swings open, and as you're looking, you can see the ship at the hangar bay. Looks like it is beginning to crack in half. What do you do?
So, or Unit 404 rather, shakes their head from being slammed, as the kill code kind of starts to simmer down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They start looking around as the ship starts to crack, and they're just going to try to find some way to brace themselves.
Okay. I mean, this is an open hallway, but like I said, there is a pod that you kind of like the one you were in, that you're kind of resting against. Otherwise, you would be falling down this tunnel even further.
Yeah.
Do you climb in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you climb in there and shut the door, and as you do, fire fills the hallway in front of you. And the ship itself, you can hear it groaning and cracking as it begins to fall apart, and you can start to hear the rushing of air as your pod all of a sudden breaks free. And you are falling, like free falling through the air, and you look down and you are falling towards a planet in this pod. And as you are rocketing towards the ground, your pod is just shaking and vibrating, and your vision begins to dim as you make contact with the ground, and then all is quiet for only a beat as you and you sit up, and you are back in Aspidosian, sitting up with Hilda, her hand stretched out from the doorway. E, you gotta get back in the fight. Come on, get up, E. And you are healed once more and standing up. And it is Elry's turn, as we are back in original initiative order. Elry, what do you do, sir?
I'm going to get vengeance for a robot Elry never met. Okay, so in looking at Haskell Harkin's line and watching, for a moment, Elry watches as this incredible display of martial prowess as his brother Dakul runs up the crates, leaps through the air, and he's, for a second, oh shit, I gotta do something. And then he just decides that he realizes that he needs to do something. So now we're going to do what I was going to do last time. So Elry starts running. He runs the 25 feet towards the line of Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets there, and this is where we do some of our fun games, Pruitt, I have a Tensor's floating disc floating behind me.
Yeah.
It travels 20 feet behind me.
Mm-hmm.
If I Misty Step behind Haskell Harkin, it's going to try to catch up with me, isn't it?
Yeah, it would probably do that. Yes, it will make all efforts to get within 20 feet of you.
Right. So what I'm going to do is, as he runs right at Haskell Harkin, pulling both guns out, he is going to Misty Step behind Harkin, and as the Tensor's floating disc covered in crystals hits the Buccaneer line, he is going to shoot. And with the trailing mine behind him, he is going to blow them up. He's going to try to. He's going to try to blow them up.
Okay.
And he says, "Soon you will be one with the Matrix." That's a 19. Plus, what do I need? That's not 15. That's not 11. Shit. Okay, so that's a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's you're just shooting the pile of shit, right?
Yeah, as soon as the shit hit the line with Harkin on them.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you need from me? You do the damage last time, so I don't know what you need as I shoot a tray of explosives.
Yeah, hang on, let me just grab all these dice.
I'll wait.
This is about to look like a Michael Bay film.
Yeah, no. As you're running forward and you leap to the other side, Harkin only realizes at the last second what's going on here as he like looks back at you, Elry, and he's like, "What the fuck?" and turns and looks as your tensor's floating disc slams into the doorway and your bolt hits it. There is an explosion that rocks this entire thing because y'all dumped a lot of these things on there. So I'm going to need a dex save from you. Cool. You ran up to those barrels that were right outside that. I'm going to need a dex save from you. E4, you didn't make it all the way. You're still sitting down, so you're fine. Uh-oh.
Show it.
13.
Oh, I moved it. It was a 20.
Plus 5
It was a 20.
Yeah. I'm hoping an 18 will squeeze me by.
Okay, no, you're good because you have the thing is you have half cover also, so that gives you a bonus to dexterity saves. So you're going to take some damage from this explosion as just pure force and energy flies out and then gets sucked back in on itself, right? And Elry, you are thrown back against the back wall of this thing, but you manage to like tuck into a defensive ball, and you kind of just like hammer against some looks like there's like, you're not really sure what they did in this, but it maybe was like a manufacturing, like where they actually made these weapons. You kind of tumble into like long coats that maybe they put on for some reason, like heavy vestments to kind of forage in or something. But it breaks your fall just a bit. And as you look up, all you see is Haskell Harkin's garish hat floating down to the ground. And it lands in what's left of this destroyed doorway, as there's nothing left of the fucking ears. All 4 of them are gone. There are splatters of blood in the spots they were standing. There's only a couple of the rifles left of their rifles, but all goes quiet once again as y'all have defeated the fucking ears.
I take the hat.
Yes!
Yes!
It's about damn time.
And you know what? As Elry doffs the slightly oversized hat, but you're sure you can get it refitted. It's a wide brim, has a kind of a purplish feather that sticks up. But I think we'll go ahead and call it for the evening as we end this episode of Starward Bound. The fucking ears have been taken care of. There's no sign of the overseer whatsoever. And Elry, you would kind of know that because, I mean, the wall of force that he put up disappeared when he disappeared. So, you think maybe y'all are safe, maybe. And as you take a breath, you hear a cry of alarm from the Dawn Rose. And that is where we're going to leave off with tonight's episode. you didn't think it was going to leave like a not leave with a cliffhanger. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do in these things. Always keep them wanting more, hopefully. Anyway, that's going to be the end of Starward Bound tonight. A hell of an episode, if I do say so myself. Fights within fights. If you look on screen now, you can see the remnants left, just a rifle laying outside the building on the floor, cocked, ready to shoot. But yes, that's where we're going to leave off. So let's go around to cast and crew, see how everybody enjoyed this evening, and we are going to start with everyone's favorite murder robot, the robot of the hour, Kiana. How was?
Oh my God!
Thank you, Spoon. What is that?
Spoon.lol. Hey, thank you, Spoon.
Hey, Spoon. Thanks.
Funny enough, Spoon and I play AIs in another kind of game.
Oh yeah.
He came when I was like, I just killed a beholder. I'm so happy. I wasn't expecting any of this. So thank you so much, everyone. I am so freaking happy to just kind of, down below the E4 past, have these guys also play robots and the voices. Goddamn killing me with voices.
Yeah, I was taken off guard by the voices as well.
And of course, being able to kill the beholder that was haunting E's nightmares. I'm very happy. Yeah, and also just being able to finally fucking end Haskell Harkin. My God, the dice were with us today. It couldn't have been a better fucking episode to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. Man, I am going to be on a freaking adrenaline high for the next while. But until next week, you guys can find me over on Twitter at KennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. The fall season is coming up, so my schedule is doing a big old overhaul. So definitely check out announcements and all that fun stuff about what's going to be coming up in the future. Man, love this game. Love these people. I'm so freaking happy.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy. I planned this for like later on, but when Emma couldn't make it this evening, I was like, you know what? It'll be fun to drop a fight in the middle of another fight, and we'll see how this goes. And I think it worked out pretty well. I'm kind of proud of that last minute transition. So Trey, how was it, man?
First off, Emma, we miss you. Bring your butt back here. Shoot, we got some gaming to do, and I can't believe you missed this episode. This was great. Are you kidding me? I feel like it's action and kung fu and all kinds of stuff and explosions, and we got a dream within a dream, and I got to play a robot, and it was hey, yeah, it was. That's pretty much all you can say to that. You got to make this face too when you do it. You got to be like, yeah, that was top notch. I really do enjoy this. This is absolutely such an amazing and stupendous time. Great storytelling. I hate that I might have switched up robots a little bit, but that's all right that we made it work. It was a lot of fun. The look on E404 Kiana's face when we started speaking was absolutely worth the price of admission. Just dope. Oh, let me go on and give my quick plug. One of the things I love to do in my spare time and my non-spare time is work with kids in the storytelling process. If you are interested in learning what it's like to teach kids how to become filmmakers and storytellers, check out Lights Camera Discover. We're at lightscameradiscover.org. We come to your neighborhood and we make kids have a great time learning how to be artistic. You can check me out on the Twitter sphere at Sintel and also on Instagram as well at Sintel. This is your boy Doug Cool, and man, what a great one, man. Thank you so much.
Most definitely, and we're gonna have to figure out why the hell DeCool's flickering. That's some weirdness. I don't know.
What is that about?
Anyway, and last but certainly not least, Greg, how's it going, man? The man of the hour.
I had a fantastic time tonight. As soon as you were like, hey, let's do this robot thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to do Prime. And I had such a fun time. Being a robot with E and her backstory is so much fun. But just to see how, whenever you have a character you love and you get to explore the backstory, and it's done in such a unique way when the dungeon master, it takes so much time in crafting the elements and the reveal of the backstory, even when it's not your backstory, you love it because you see the other player in your crew just it's amazing. It was a great thing. Again, the only thing that could have made it better would be to have Emma here with us. It was absolutely fantastic. Loved it so much. Honestly, killing Harkin was like a side dish. It was the E backstory was my turkey dinner for this one. Loved it. Grimjack2150 on the Twitches and the Twitter. And as Kiana said, the fall season is upon us. So if you check out Twitter for my channel, we have Conan and Firefly on Fridays from 12 to 2 and 2 to 4 Eastern, respectively. We have Project Kronos on Saturdays, a Pulp Cthulhu show from 2 to 4 starring Kiana on my channel. And then also on Sunday evenings, another Pulp Cthulhu show, Project Athena, from 7 until 9. Also, I will be taking up the mantle of DM over on Encounter Roleplay starting this week at 5 o'clock to 8 on Mondays Eastern. I'm going to be running Dragon Heist. So that should be pretty nifty and fun. And then in a couple weeks' time over on Unmade Gaming on Mondays from 8 to 11, I'm going back to the 80s with my Tales from the Loop campaign, Atari Twilight. So join me somewhere, but make sure you join me here because, by God, we're having fun. Let's keep having fun.
That we are, sir. That we are. I just want to say thank you to you amazing players tonight. That was absolutely awesome being able to step into a whole new character. Just because I was like, hey, you want to do this thing? Here's this character, play it. And I had a feeling, Kiana, that would kind of blow your mind a little bit. When I was like, the door's open, what do you do? And you're like, wait, what? Like, the look on your face is just like, wait, I can do something here? Like, that was all I was waiting on. Like that first look of realization of you have some kind of interactivity here and something's a little different. It was so worth it. So anyway, we'll have Emma back next week, of course, and that's going to be awesome. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Tabletop Loot. Head on over, tabletoploot.com. Use the WebDM15 code, get 15% off the stuff you buy there. Support them. They support us. Everybody's happy. Of course, if you got those, if you haven't followed yet, be sure to follow us, subscribe. If you got that Twitch Prime, I think we got one or two of those tonight. So thank you to you people that sub tonight. It's always appreciated. Yes. Twitch Prime. And before we roll out of here, I want to give a special thanks to Alexa Bonner, the artist here, who does all the pen drawings, and the man flipping the switches and doing the coloring behind the scenes, Brandon Herbert. Brandon, this is going to be his last show with us. I just want to give a special thank you to him for doing such an amazing job up to this point. We're still going to keep going on, but there's the man himself. But I just want to say thank you for all the work that you have done up to here. Still going to be working with us with RPGN, but thank you, sir. And so anyway, that's it for this evening. Come back next Tuesday for Starward Bound. Be sure to tune in on Thursday for Land Between Two Rivers. Same bad time, same bad channel here on Twitch. But as we always say, may the dice ever roll in your favor.